the job that I did. He basically implemented that, which is actually really cool. But for the people who aren't multi-skilled like I am, because I can always fall back on my drawing, which is always going to be useful. But there are a lot of previs artists out there who that's all they know how to do. Okay. And so usually they're going to have to adapt and evolve. Well, let's thank Lauren for introducing us. I'm not going to actually, I mean, Mona, everybody, there's Mona, video artist. Take it away. Take it away.
Should I just... You don't have anything? Okay.
No. I want to make sure that we have plenty of time for all of us.
So, I'm Mona, as Dan mentioned, and I guess I would title myself as a video artist. I come from the graphic design background, but then I did my MFA in video, and I kind of got hooked, and I love that, you know, kind of... the fact that I can use it as kind of like autobiography and self-expression and kind of like desire to discover that self that I'm kind of like constantly after. So my videos and installations are mainly around that theme. And I guess one thing about my work is that it's a lot about the process, and as I went on, it's more about the process than the actual final thing that is created at the end. And I tend to address a lot of my, I kind of like question a lot of the cultural, I would say the values that I kind of grew up with. I come from a culture, I grew up in Tehran, Iran, and I kind of spent my childhood there. So a lot of the paradoxes of public and private and interior and exterior is very magnified there, and I kind of use that a lot in my work. And it's not that I use it, it's a recurrent theme that it kind of shows itself in my work. So I play around a lot with that theme. I tend to like a lot to deal with secret, personal, intimate spaces that are not necessarily projected. So I kind of tend to like digging those moments. And I brought two works that I'm gonna like show, and one is actually a clip of that work, and then we can maybe talk about them. And the first one is actually a piece that I did called Insideness. And this was a video installation that was around the idea of drawers, and kind of my fascination with drawers as there are these facades, but then when you open them, you get so much personal history and stories about that person who owns it. And it started by me taking pictures and kind of like taking video shots of my friends and family's closets and drawers. And it kind of became this obsession, and I did that for a few months. And I got these videos, and then I put this together, and it just, it really interests me, these like entities that we usually deal with, but they have so much intimacy in a way to give out. So it's a 5-minute piece or so. So the actual piece when it was shown in the gallery was this drawer that there's a rare projection in there, but I'm going to show you the video at this point. Okay, how is the audio? Is that as loud as I can go?
Nicole?
Because there's a... Oh, thank you. Okay.
I'm just pointing at the projector.
Okay.
I'm very interested in drawers. I think I always had this obsession about them. Anywhere I go, I need to know what in each drawer, each cabinet, or each closet is. I would feel very insecure and uncomfortable unless I figure out what's in them. It kind of helps me to know what kind of a place I came into. It's also a fear of discovery about the secretive spaces. The last place I moved in last year, it took me days to open each drawer and find out how my roommate organizes everything. It makes me feel safe to know where everything exactly is. Every time I open a drawer, I also feel that there is something waiting for me. Something like a secret, like a personal story, something about the owner. I remember as a kid I was always trying to find a way to go inside my parents' drawers. I thought that I would find out something about them. Of course they didn't know about it, or at last they pretended that they don't know about it. I love to put things back at the end, everything exactly where it was. I was always left with this feeling that I know something that I was not supposed to know. The funniest and at the same time worst incident was when I was looking inside my mom's drawer. It was a small bedstand drawer. I think I was about 8 or 9. And I found a letter that I secretly wrote to my dad, and I thought nobody knew about it. It was a letter in which I nagged about my parents, and especially my mom, and how I was not treated the way I thought I should be. I remember that for days I didn't talk to my parents the way I used to. The bad thing was that I couldn't even tell them what I found. Later, as a teenager, my drawers became my hiding places. Anything that I thought my parents shouldn't have found was somehow in there. I even, camouflaged them in the back of the drawers. My diary, cigarettes, tampons, and all, intimate stuff. They were like my little secrets, hidden kind of into the drawers. I even hid chocolates from my brother. All of us fear of having someone going through our drawers, even kitchen closets. That's another thing that interests me, especially if we don't hide secrets and treasures in there. Why do we fear that much?